Start it.
Oh, it's green. Alright, greetings and welcome to the Ubisoft post E3 press conference reactions or something like that. I'm sure that's close to being the actual title. This is the one we actually care about, unlike the PC gaming show, which was just bollocks. We're going to keep a close eye on the cat and make sure he doesn't pee everywhere, mostly all over us, because that would be awkward.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some video games. So we'll do the first question as always before Keith's running the list today. I'm going to move that time delayed video out of the way, and we're just going to answer the question. What did you think of the Ubisoft press conference?
It was better than the majority of what we've seen. But it was good. There was a lot to it. There was a lot of variety, so it didn't appeal all of it to me. But otherwise, I found it was a good show. Yeah,
entertaining show. I thought
definitely entertaining.
Yeah.
Definitely entertaining.
Aisha Tyler was worth the price of admission alone.
She was taller than everybody else on the stage.
She was wearing shoes that were about that big.
At least 5 inches tall, which was impressive.
And they were bright red, which helped.
She didn't click them and go, there's no place like home now.
No. She probably would have fell over. They were very big.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought it was a very energetic show.
Energetic is a good word for it as well.
I didn't make the prediction when the pre-guys were talking about that there'll be dancers coming down the aisles, and they'll say keep the aisles clear at all time, like we're not doing. I'm like, yeah, they're going to have dancers come down. And that's how it started.
That's how it started. It was I thought I was tripping. I'm not going to lie. There was like a giraffe, and there was a dude with a butterfly guitar.
And the pandas.
And there was
a panda with a mohawk and Mr. T emblems.
And people were dressed like candy canes. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, I didn't know what was real and what wasn't. I thought I'd just been awake too long. Yeah, you feel me.
I think I was falling asleep actually at the beginning of it.
That was the PC gaming show hangover.
Was it? I was.
To be fair, just like because that was obviously the promo for Just Dance 2007. Yeah. That was probably the thing that we needed personally most to start the show.
On one of the last 2 conferences, I was falling asleep. So if I looked like I was disinterested, it's probably because I was fucking falling asleep.
But yeah, that was definitely the thing. Yeah. I mean, if I'm speaking for myself, like, it's definitely the thing I needed to perk me up. Just like
I did pick up near the end of it though, so it definitely got more interesting near the end for me.
Shall we move on to some video games?
Yes. Well, we've mentioned Just Dance. Anyone looking forward to that?
Not really.
Was anyone?
The only thing I look forward to with Just Dance is the actual show part of the E3 press conference.
There was one interesting thing about it though. They announced that it was going to be on the Nintendo NX.
Oh yeah, it's going to be on the NX when it comes out.
All consoles at the same time next year. That's what they said. Yeah.
So.
At the same time next year would it imply that?
No, it's coming out later this year. It's coming out on the NX next year.
Oh, I was going to say the way Russell said that.
I'm sure they said worldwide release, but you know.
The NX won't be out yet, or if it does come out. That would be one massive headache.
Let's move. Let's move on from the NX.
What about Ghost? Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. There was a staged gameplay thing for that. By stage, I'm referring to their dialogue.
They used that stupid thing where it's like the fake TeamSpeak thing. Man, I wish they would just knock it off already.
Didn't they do this for the original Ghost ones last year?
I did see symbols on the side of the screen.
They definitely did for the Division.
I did see symbols on the side of the screen when people were talking.
Yeah, but it was like it was all scripted.
It's all scripted dialogue.
Yeah,
it looks cool. I mean, the game itself looks cool. It's in the same category as the Division for me at the minute, where it looks good, but it's like whether I play it and whether I actually keep up with it. Like keeping up with it is probably going to depend on whether I've actually got my own squad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't have the people to play it. Apparently, you can play it by yourself.
You can, but you can play the Division by yourself.
Yeah, no, I'd much rather play it with other people because then you get a driver and you got a gunner and then you've got a sniper in the distance and some dude who fly a helicopter to fly and rescue you all and shit goes down.
Yeah, but that's exactly what's going to happen if we played it together. It's like everything's
the bit where everything randomly started burning down in the base. That
was weird.
That's more like what would happen if we played.
Because the base did just start randomly exploding for no reason.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, the guy must have hit some sort of switch as he ran away. That was my thing. It's like,
The explosion switch.
yeah.
I'm interested to know if, because they didn't really answer this question, because like you said, especially at the beginning, it seems like there's different classes.
There seems to be like
It seems to be class.
everyone seems to be able to, I don't know, drive motorcycles. And
I mean, everyone can
cars,
drive and stuff. But I'm
fly.
talking like there was the sniper.
Yeah.
There was the guy who kept running around stabbing people.
Like an infiltrator.
Yeah. So maybe there's classes. I'd like that question answered at some point, hopefully. And the other part was, I'm amazed at how stealth works in that game, especially at the beginning.
Yeah, I was just running gun.
Yeah.
And nobody will hear me.
Like, yeah, it's like you shoot the one guy, and then the other guy, like, who's just around the corner upstairs, didn't hear him. No suppressor.
Yeah.
Just an assault rifle. Bah, 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 bah. And then the other guy's just like,
So you walk through the doorway and see.
Yeah, one guy seemed to be taking this. One of the mobs appeared to be taking a selfie of himself in the place where people are being, like, rendered into unidentifiable,
chucked
mulch.
in a vats of acid.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting selfie. I'd like to see that Instagram account.
Yeah, I think the Bolivian Police Department would have easily, managed to make a case out of that one.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So, anything more to say on Ghost Recon?
Nah.
No problem. So, I'm just going to turn this straight over to Gary for South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
The fractured butthole.
I thought it was originally,
Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trey Parker and Matt Stone were on stage, so obviously it was hilarious, the whole thing. There's not really much. Again, Tom and I talked about this in the podcast, pre-E3 podcast. There's not really much you can do with South Park. You can show more of it, but you kind of already know what to expect in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, I could see all the gameplay footage in the world before it comes out, but I already know what it's going to be.
I liked how at the very, because the short is part of the gameplay.
Yeah,
As I say,
very vegan.
Yeah. I like the part like you the new child in the
New kid.
village,
Douchebag.
new kid douchebag.
Yeah.
You walk into the underground base, like Cartman's basement,
Yeah.
and everyone's in superhero costumes, and he's like, "You can't join us. You're not a superhero."
Yeah, and he's still in the
he's
outfit
still in
from
the
the
outfit
end of
from-
the Stick of Truth.
Yeah. Like I've not played that one, but I've seen the videos on YouTube, and I
'Cause,
know.
yeah, they're not playing Final.
yeah.
They're not playing fantasy anymore.
The
So
bit-
that was kind of funny.
The bit I loved was the explanation as to why there was a civil war between the lots of them.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that
That
whole
was-
trailer, yeah, because
that
that
was
was the
great.
last trailer they showed. That was just the whole thing.
Just the whole send up of all of the
Fucking
comic book
amazing.
films.
Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, and it was like, yeah, people were complaining. Like, you gotta sneak the black guys film in Phase 3 after you get all of them, the proper heroes in.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Oh god.
Well, otherwise, it looked funny. I would totally play that, and if you pre-order it today, you can get Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
For free. So
On the platform of your choosing.
yeah, I thought was cool as well.
The combat that they showed looked cool. They've improved the combat somewhat.
Yes, you can move around and use cover and stuff.
Yeah, so like it's not just like the standard turn-based fantasy combat anymore.
Yeah.
So I always remember the tutorial in Stick of Truth, where it's like you take turns to attack because that's how they did it in the old days.
Yeah.
That was the explanation you give it by Cartman. But yeah, it's like it's grid based now. You can move, you can pull off combos with other characters, you can
Flying
use
space.
cover, you can
Sounds like a bit like
It's-
Enemy Unknowns,
A little bit.
XCOM with a grid system. Obviously not to the same degree, but
it's like
it's an upgraded version of the combat.
it's like it's gone from sort of like a say Final Fantasy turn based RPG to more of a tactical
Yeah,
RPG.
location. Yeah, grid based.
Yeah, yeah. Terrain and special abilities that work through terrain or knocking people in over people give you free attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Tactical
enemies do the same as well.
RPG.
So,
It's so fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your thoughts break the
Can
time.
break the time barrier, as they explained it. Basically, what it means is you can reshuffle the turn order with the most epic fart I've ever seen in my entire life. Just don't fart on anyone's balls. That was a reference to the first game. I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
knew
like
you
a
would be.
good game.
And it's coming out this year. It's coming out in December.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't expect it to come out this year.
No. What's next?
The Division.
I have as much interest in the Division now as I had when we watched it at Microsoft.
No problem.
Originally, when I first, concept of the Division, before we started seeing gameplay and other stuff, I was interested. And when we started seeing, gameplay and stuff, I was like, not interested. So that's basically how
the
that
concept of the DLC they showed, because there was the Underground one.
Yeah.
That was the one they showed at Microsoft. This was the Blizzard one. I can't remember the name of it.
Survival.
Yeah, Survival.
went.
I mean, the concept of it was cool, but then it's the Division.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same problems I personally have with Division. So
Yeah, I'm not interested in it.
not bothered.
Hoodies absorb more damage than armor. Yeah. So moving on to the next one. Eagle Flight, the VR demo, which was not the best.
Confusing?
well-managed.
Confusing was the correct word.
Yeah, it was the first. It was like best of three. The first two games we didn't know what on earth was going on.
For starters, I had no idea this game was competitive in any way.
Yeah.
I initially found, like, in contrast, we watched the Dead Rising vid from the previous
From
Microsoft conference, and you know how that was like zoomed out and you couldn't see and you saw the auditorium. This was kind of the opposite. It was all on the game, and you couldn't actually tell.
The problem was for the first
person.
for the first half.
For the first two games, it was.
Yeah, it was first person, but it was like, because basically the game type was you're all eagles, you're flying around. It's 3v3,
It's like capture the flag,
and you got to
Take
catch the rabbit,
yeah.
but the other team has to stop them from getting it back to their nest.
Mm.
The problem was with the demo was they were constantly focused on the player who had the rabbit.
Mm.
So when the player who had the rabbit started taking damage, they knew what was going on. We
couldn't
couldn't have a
figure
fucking
it.
clue what was
No,
happening.
there was no indication. There's no information about what the gameplay involved.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't know. There's like, he's taking damage, but we don't know why.
Yeah.
Which made things,
Just lick your balls, it's fine.
which made things like confusing for us in general.
Until we figured it out.
Until we figured it out, because
like,
eventually it started flipping to other
Yeah.
players.
They can shout really loud.
Yeah,
And
I
it
thought it was
kills.
lasers at first.
So there was screeching and like wind air sort of like ball
Yeah.
kind of came
Yeah.
out.
I mean, it seems like a kind of cool novelty VR game that you might be able to squeeze a little bit out of.
Yeah.
If that's the only mode, because again,
I
I didn't
imagine
know
it'd be
it
like a
had
race
that
mode and
Yeah.
stuff. And
I figured it was just
Or time.
relaxing, flying around
Flying
game.
around cities, yeah.
Yeah. The themes for the teams were hilarious though.
oh yeah, it
We
was
had
like,
team they had shirts, and it was Hawaiian versus red.
yeah.
Like we couldn't think of
the
another
makers of the game were in red, and Oculus Rift guys were in Hawaiian shirts.
Like I
Yeah.
couldn't think of another theme.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's better than red versus blue.
Sombrero versus Hawaiian shirts. No, it's just red.
Better than skins.
That would have been hilarious. Shirts and skins.
Yeah. I was just thinking there was a woman on the team, I think it was on the Hawaiian shirt team.
That would have been even funnier.
Right, so, enough about Eagle Flight.
Yeah.
And on to Star Trek Bridge Crew. Coming fall 2016.
On Jesus. On all the VR platforms.
Yeah, as far as we can tell. They got quite the
No, it's part of the league.
yeah, they got quite the lineup to test that.
They got quite a lineup. Yeah, it was this weird, almost documentary style demo while they were showing
Like the captain's table from the DVDs.
Well, it had
LeVar Burton, Jerry Ryan,
Yeah.
the producer for the game, and Carl Urban play the game. And he was showing like bits of the gameplay and stuff, and then Aisha Tyler interviewed LeVar Burton on stage to talk about it. But yeah, it is exactly how I thought it was gonna look.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's exactly what you
I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting like crazy graphics or anything. It was
Yeah.
good graphics all the same. It was
Yeah.
good. It looked good, but it wasn't like, I don't know. Wasn't like MOBA picture caption fucking movements or anything like that. So it was what I expected it to be. The panels for the controls looked a bit simple, but at the same time we don't know the full details. You might be able to switch screens and stuff.
Again, I feel like that's good.
No, that's good because it makes life simple. It means you can control things simply, and it should make things fun.
The only detractor I had for that is how they say, pronounce the word Aegis. That's the
Aegis.
Yeah.
Aegis. It's like what?
They say
I checked on the ship and the country. It did say Aegis, and it's like they have the Aegis cruisers in America. So I don't know why they pronounce it Aegis.
Because they're French. The only thing is going to be like, how many different mission types can you do? Because obviously everyone's static in the game. You all set your stations and you just do this bit, which is great. That's fantastic.
I'm hoping it's open to modern.
That would be amazing.
Because what I'd expect the community started to do is custom missions, skins for the different positions, and for the bridge, because people are going to make the original Enterprise thing, the next generation ones.
The Defiant, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be cool.
They could infinitely expand the life of that game just by opening up the mods.
It's one of the few games that I look at and go, yeah, I wouldn't mind if that was procedurally generated.
Yeah.
What if it had a multiplayer aspect, and I don't mean in terms of you playing with your friends, you're fighting against another ship of another crew.
I still wish
Fleet battle.
It hadn't been leaked.
Yeah,
because
we would have had much better reaction.
You would have jumped off your seat.
The mind blowing nature of that would have been just amazing.
You still got a lot of surprise because you didn't say LeVar Burton and stuff along the road.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the game. I just think he was playing it, but that was cool. I was like, that's LeVar Burton. The only the question I asked in the stream, which fills me with possibility, which fills the whole thing with possibility, is have they just licensed Star Trek for one game? Or do they have the license now EA has with Star Wars?
Given it was a J.J. Abrams one, maybe not the whole license is what I'm thinking. Because did Ubisoft create that Star Trek game, the first one that you two played?
I don't remember. I don't want to remember that game.
But I don't remember much of
But if they do well with that one, then they may do well with another one. I mean,
maybe someone will finally make an RPG.
Good one.
Just don't want in general.
okay.
Fun fact: Star Trek's never been an RPG.
Oh yeah, it's been an MMO.
It's been everything else.
Yeah. No, not RPG.
Anything else for you?
It's fucking awesome, and I can't wait.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to have a go at that.
Moving on to another one for Honor.
This is you've got the most time for this.
Coming on Valentine's Day.
Fuck yeah, it's coming on Valentine's Day.
Freaking days it could come out. Comes on Valentine's Day. Cheers.
Just get the digital copy and leave it to download while you're up.
Jason Vandenberg came out as well. The guy with the big beard, the stick.
Yeah,
he's fucking great.
This time, instead of the combat, which they talked about last time we saw it, this time they were talking about the campaign and how everything is the way it is. So the reason behind Vikings fighting samurai, fighting medieval knights, which was good. It explained that aspect to it, which we always kind of wondered why.
Well, I never wondered.
Well, I did. I'm sure I brought it up in the last one.
I don't think you really cared.
I'm simplistic like that. It's a game where samurais, Vikings, and knights fight each other. I don't really give a shit.
I'm almost positive I brought this
you probably
very quickly or very
last year.
Small detail. No,
I think someone did last year.
One of the last podcasts we did, because we were talking about For Honor, what games we were looking forward to, and I was maybe speaking about the maybe we'll find out why the Vikings, maybe they'll have different races or something like that. But
it's like an alternate world.
Yeah, so it's an alternative world. There's a reason behind it.
They're fighting over
blah 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 blah. And
essentially,
yeah, and there's actually an enemy faction as well within the campaign that you can fight against.
No, that trailer kind of implied there was, but then the developer came out and it was like, what was it?
Maybe just be like an NPC
there's something
faction,
Legion, the Black something Legion.
Yeah, no.
And they referred to the Knight as that Legion.
That might just be a separate. That might just be because the way I looked at it, saw it because we saw the Vikings attack
campaign,
the samurai, in that fucking awesome cutscene and then the awesome gameplay that followed, which I'm sure we'll go into depth about in a minute. But there's one or two ways I think the campaign's gonna work. Either there'll be 3 campaigns.
Yeah.
One for each faction, or it'll be Transformer style.
Yeah.
Where it'll be one campaign, longer,
Yeah.
and obviously you're switching between the different factions.
Yeah,
As this one story's taking place. I think in both. I think that chick that we saw who shot the Viking dude with the arrow is probably going to be the main antagonist.
Yeah.
And like through the whole thing, tie the whole thing together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was really impressed that they even went to such a length to actually make it make sense, sort of, just by saying this is the world, this is what happened.
Yeah, this isn't just one of those massive documentaries you see on TV where they say who will actually win the fight.
So following on from that, they then went on to kind of like the Vikings and like this Vikings storming samurai shogun style castle effectively.
Yeah, man.
And you know, you go in and kick ass and fight a few, I guess, computer NPC style like fighters. And the gameplay looks great. It flowed nicely.
You saw a couple of mini bosses.
So like NPC fighters.
There was a fat guy with what looked like a big club. Which he took down. Then there was another guy in front of the gate, and then he fought the boss at the end.
Yeah. So like the main samurai guy. And there was like a narration as well over the top of it as well.
As you were playing through, I don't know whether that was just for the demo or if it's going to be in the game.
I imagine it'll be the campaign.
They didn't explain. Might have been like the opening, you know.
That might be the opening level.
Maybe the
opening
level.
Because that opening cutscene with the boats.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 for that.
Yeah.
And then, did we see much more beyond that?
For the game, no, not really. I mean, it was good to see it like more in depth of the combat. Like there's the shitty guys who you can just like fuck up in like 1 or 2 hits,
and then the ones that stand out,
and then there's like like last year they were because it was the same thing last year, and then it was like now you've seen a player, you're locked into combat, and you've got that awesome combat mechanic thing, and you do that with like almost like mini bosses, I guess. In the actual campaign, so it's cool that it's not just like a button masher. I imagine you'd get fucking destroyed if you're just trying to mash buttons and
you actually got to figure out where the block, because there's 3 different attack venues and stuff.
It was cool where they indicated that on the screen as well. So you can see which way
he's holding his
weapon, and you've got to try and match it with white square, or with it's like
it's a shield.
It's more like a shield. So you've got an upper stance, left and a right hand stance.
It's like the shield thing, the up, down, and left, and down and right. So that's pretty cool. It seems it's clean interface.
Yeah. So that looked great. Totally looking forward to that, and that comes out on Valentine's Day. Yeah, thanks for that.
Next game's Grow Home, which I'm guessing
Grow Up. Grow Home was the first one. Yeah, I mean, I loved seeing it. For starters, I loved the fact that was at E3, because like Grow Home came out of nowhere last year, in like last February. It was really cool. Like procedurally, it was procedural movement. It's like all the limbs were like individually like moved, like the arms and stuff. So the way it worked was great, but the fact that it's reflections were at E3, like they're from Gateshead. That's where that studio is. So like we had Geordie on the Ubisoft press conference. At E3, so that was fantastic. So like awesome to see Reflections getting some major credit. And I mean the game, I don't know. I don't. I didn't really see too much of it.
You didn't see that much. I mean, you had like a kite.
Then you could sort of almost looks like you could sort of fly. You could
like
do that in the first one.
Hand glider, sort of like.
But it seemed like, because that was like a really slow sort of descent thing, whereas this was like he was actually gliding. So I'd be interested to play it, even if it's just to support a local developer. Because we don't have too many of them.
No.
So I guess that one was all me.
Trials of the Blood Dragon, which I've mentioned to me brother, which went live not instantly but 30 minutes after it was announced, so that people wouldn't leave Ubisoft stream to go download it.
Which is a possibility because those games are super addictive.
Yeah, my brother is ludicrously addicted.
It's like cool, like just like this is what I was saying about Ubisoft, because obviously the thing at the end where they came out and they were like basically pleading with people to support them in this Vivendi thing without saying anything. But it's like I always defend Ubisoft in the way they make games, because how many massive AAA publishers would just let these two teams mash up Far Cry Blood Dragon and Trials, like you know what I mean, and just make this ridiculous like parody of the 80s Trials game.
Yeah, and TV spot advert as the trailer that was with the toys.
Yeah, it was like an advert and then the trailer for the game.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool, and it's out now. Right now, go and download it if you like it.
Then we're on to the Assassin's Creed movie, which is a movie, so I don't think we really need to speak too much about that.
It's a video game movie. I don't know. It's probably gonna be shit. History has taught me that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was.
I'm sure people go on about some people only go on about the castle because it's a white guy.
I'll probably give it a watch, but I'm not exactly waiting to watch it. It's
Fassbender's an amazing actor.
It is whatever it is.
It's got Marion however you pronounce her last name, Cotillard, I think. And she's really good too, and she kicks ass in the trailer. So looking forward to seeing that.
Watch Dogs 2?
Yeah, I mean, like I said in the podcast, I'm interested to see if they make the same leap from Watch Dogs to Watch Dogs 2 that Assassin's Creed made with Assassin's Creed 2. Whereas Assassin's Creed was alright with potential but a lot of flaws. Watch Dogs was alright with potential but a lot of flaws. And then Assassin's Creed 2 was like fucking great. So is Watch Dogs 2 going to make that same leap where they fix a lot of the problems with the game, and is it going to be fucking great? So I'm more curious.
I'll wait till you review it before I buy it.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. Except with Overwatch, keep learning that one.
Yeah, I just watched a couple of seconds.
But yeah, it's like San Francisco looked great.
It did look good.
The gameplay looked pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The main character was very stereotypically black.
Yes.
Yeah. And there was so many cliches in that gameplay segment. Like from the dialogue.
It was the weird thing as well, where you start off by using all this non-lethal modes, and you were like, alright, so because he picked up the assault rifle, got like one of the security guards dropped, shot somebody, then used the taser on the next guy, like even though he'd been spotted. Yeah,
like, well, you know how much I don't really care about gratuitous violence in games, but it's always weird in a game like Watch Dogs where this kid is an social activist and like, you know what I mean, but all of a sudden he just starts mass murdering guys
with a machine gun.
Yeah. This time it doesn't work. It's like the Lara Croft bit where you have to spend your disbelief about, oh my god, I've just killed someone.
That was incredibly jarring though. Yeah. So it's like, oh my god, I just killed this person. And then like 10 minutes later, it's like you fucking blowing shit up.
Yeah. Yeah, you're killing a lot of people.
Oh god! Set that guy on fire, and it's just like, I feel like there could have been more distance between these two events.
Yeah, maybe like another level of just like animals and stuff.
But I mean, yeah, it's like it looked intriguing, I guess.
I didn't like. I haven't played Watch Dogs. I'm like originally again. Seeing when it was first revealed that they were making it and the video trailer and all that, it looked great. And then it came out and I didn't buy it straight away, and I waited, and like I ended up not liking the look of it, or like just didn't see for me that I'd enjoy it, so I didn't play it. And this is like, well, maybe if they do a good job on this and it has like a lot of what I expected, I guess, more.
Can we mention that guy's weird mask?
It was like a GIMP
LED kind of
with the LED
eyes.
mask, like eye mask
with like different
computer symbols,
hashtag and
it made the little emote faces
sharp
on it, and it's just like they're very when you saw the different like these like some of the one of the trailers, it's like showed like these 4 hackers, and it was very much like there's kind of like cliches and stuff. So I was like, if someone wants to film hackers and thought, oh, we can do this better.
We can do this with more violence and parkour.
We can do this for millennials, which means violence, parkour.
Oh, millennials! Shout out to South Park for putting PC Principle in the fucking in the trailer at the end because I love that. Where he was the guy that he released out of the thing, just complaining about microaggressions. I was like, that is a pot stirring move. I loved it.
Yeah.
When you mentioned millennials, there, I had to bring that up.
So, moving on to the last game. The one we thought Watch Dogs would be the last one, but then they came up with Steam.
I knew there's always one new game at the end. And I was hoping it was going to be Pirates. I was holding on to that hope. Even when there was like the base jumping free runner, I was like, maybe he's a base jumping free running pirate.
Yeah.
And then there was the skier, and then there was the
which
hang
you
glider.
think could be a skiing pirate.
Could have been cool. But yeah, it wasn't a pirate game, so.
No, it's pretty much on Mont Blanc.
The Alps, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's the mountains which like border the 4 countries.
Steep.
So Mont Blanc and
The highest mountains and the Alps.
Matterhorn.
The
I mentioned the Matterhorn as well.
Yeah.
It's
basically
it had skydiving, snowboarding, skiing, and the glider.
Extreme. It's called
like,
kind of like extreme winter sports.
Yeah, basically.
Open world, extreme winter sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the journey with that game as we were going as they were going through the trailer. Because I was telling you, it started and I was like, oh, I was disappointed that it wasn't Pirates. Not just because of a prediction, but because I really want that fucking pirate game. And then I was like, okay, I guess maybe I'm not really into it. And then I was like, okay, I can see why it would be good. And then people started dying brutally on the mountain, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think the moment where I was like, okay, I can dig this game is when they did the ski jump.
Yeah.
And he was spinning through the air, and all it was like that guy who had missed.
Snowboarder.
And he's all you can see is, and then
so as you were spinning,
and then they rewound it.
And then they rewound it, and then they showed you it in slow motion. And then he showed you it from the snowboarder's perspective, and I was like, "This is
awesome. That's what you were saying." And then it's like, then they really showed it to you when they cut the wingsuit thing, and somebody hit the bell.
That was amazing.
So like
we lost that shit. You lost it as well when he hit the bell.
Yeah,
at
it
full
was
speed. It's like he hit the church tower.
It was
bell.
it was funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah,
but no, I mean, I'm like, it's Ubisoft and I want to say Annecy.
I don't remember.
I
didn't write down.
You didn't write down. And it's like, I really like it when like first party studios, like places like this, get to do their own games, because like they've been insisting on, like you mentioned at the beginning of the reveal, that they've been insisting on a bunch of Ubisoft games, and now they get to make their own. And that's great. It's like finally get to make their own game. So
I'm proud of this.
It's an interesting direction to take a video game.
They did say they're all based like at
the bottom.
Alps, at the base of Mont Blanc.
Basically at the bottom of the map.
It was good because you could track where you'd been for that run.
Well, you could set challenges.
You could set challenges. So if you did like a decent jump on that run, you could set a challenge and set certain requirements to pass that challenge. You could, from what we could tell from the buttons and what you could see on the screen, you could restart that run. So you want to do it again. And then like you can choose like the spawn points on top of the mountains, and you can just go there, kind of like an instant spawn, and then you can choose.
Great, because I don't want to be trying to fucking
exactly
paraglide to the next mountain
or climb up or take slips or and you could choose whatever you wanted, whenever you were. Basically, stop still. You could go right. Well, I want to do this. So then that was it. You had the equipment, and you could just go do it. You didn't have to like go to like home, like go to like a building or like change it out and then do something. You was just like,
go where you want to go. Do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
Which is cool. It's a nice level of freedom for that kind of game.
Yeah, and there was obviously group play, so you could, play with other people as well.
I'll tell you what,
you could go after people you just saw on the map as well. You could like try and catch up
race
with
them, sort of like
start challenges of like racing them.
Yeah, which is great. Just like just suddenly start a challenge race. What would be interesting is if you can mix it up a bit. So like instead of like everyone has to be skiing, it's like
what if you could? Yeah.
What if you were hang gliding and I was skiing on your race?
It was like when that snowboard. It was like that's when that snowboarder was spinning through the air, and the skier was doing the backflip. Underneath him was a paraglider and a
so
wingsuit.
Mix and match.
I think you'd be able to mix and match.
The other thing I noticed with this game as well, I noticed it with pretty much all the Ubisoft games. It was another game that had a really clean UI. It was literally just that thing in the bottom corner,
which we had to
that was
figure out.
tracking your points,
Which
we
we
figured
worked
out
out
was tracking your points. And had a multiplier next to it, and then the only other thing it had was like when you were standing still, it showed you the things you could do, like you could look through the binoculars, stuff like that.
Binoculars and stuff, yeah.
I noticed that kind
It
of
did
thing.
look
sounded
really
weird.
beautiful.
Yeah, no,
And it looked
sort of stuff.
phenomenal. Yeah, but then I lost my shit when they hit the bell, and it took me a little while to get my composure back. That'll be in the highlight reel probably. That was it, wasn't it?
That was basically
That was the last game. They came out and did the sort of this is our 30th anniversary and stuff.
Yeah, they did the big 30th anniversary speech, which was the Vanity Appeal thing, which we might talk about on another podcast. But
Yeah, that's a process for a topic. I think we may have touched on it once before on a podcast.
yeah, I think we've mentioned it in passing once or twice.
Yeah.
So that was it.
That was it?
Yeah,
That was it. Ubisoft.
That's Ubisoft.
Definitely at least the second best one so far,
Second best one so far.
if not challenging for the best.
Microsoft being the first.
Yeah, I'd say it's Microsoft. Microsoft and Ubisoft have really good press conferences. Bethesda's was good,
Yes.
but without being outstanding in any way.
Yeah.
EA had its moments. The PC gaming show was more or less really boring.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get into that. There's a massive discussion on the next podcast, not the next stream, but the next podcast. That's going to do it. We've got less than an hour
Good
until
45
Sony.
minutes. Yeah.
We're going to try and scarf a pizza down, and then we'll watch the Sony one, which we'll react to live, which is going to be another 2-hour press conference. But at least it's cooled down in the room.
It has. And I'm sure we can nip outside as well for some fresh air.
Yes. We'll see you in less than an hour.